Hello, YouTube. Now, I was taking a short little break. Maybe the break's over. Not sure. But what it came down to is I was responding to a few comments I found on YouTube earlier on survival prepping for normal people. His channel has exploded the last few weeks. I don't think he needs any help from me, but decent little channel. But I enjoy the camaraderie with some of the other subscribers or commenters. But I had one guy talk about bees. Now, I'm a bit jaded, and I was trying to respond to him, and I said, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to make a video about it. It's going to be quicker. By the way, we're looking at the woodshed here, guys. You know what? Let's take open a door here and flick on a light. We've got some wood. I've got wood! Sounds way dirtier than what it actually is. So that's about 8 feet deep, 8 feet tall, so on and such forth. But anyways, what occurred was he was talking about there's something humans are making that are killing bees and all these other things. And I went, I'm not going to disagree with you because I'm not a super smart guy. But what I can tell you is what I know. For instance, last year I had 2 hives. One hive died. Now, that means I had a hive die. Happens with anyone who has bees. Ask anyone. Bees, hives die for random reasons. I'm quite sure I know why they died, and I'm pretty sure it's my fault. I fed sugar water too late in my first year. Live and learn. Unfortunately, my livestock had to suffer for my learning, and also my pocketbook, but anyways, that occurs, which I will get back to. But first off, how it would be reported in the current way they report a lot of statistics is local beekeeper lost 50% of his hives. I lost 1. Are they lying when they say I lost 50%? No. Does 50% sound worse than I lost 1 hive? Sure it does, because that's how media works. Upsell. Always upsell. I had a buddy of mine that used to do, not telemarketing. Well, maybe it's telemarketing. But anyways, you always try for the upsell. So, there's that. Now, what I have learned from being a farmer, and especially being a livestock guy, anytime there's money to be made, people are going to make it. For instance, when I was dealing with sheep, certain trends came up in the sheep industry. Guys started pumping out crap livestock. Why? Because the price for that livestock was there. So, I mean, say you want the purple unicorn. The purple unicorns are the top end. We need purple unicorns. 17 guys have purple unicorns. Within a year, 117 guys have purple unicorns, and they're all talking about how great their stock is. So what ends up happening is, because there's money to be made, they start pumping out livestock that should not be breeders. Should never be breeders. Oop, automatic lights came on. Let's look at the still horribly messy shop. So what ends up happening is breeding stock that goes out should not go out. I was a very selective breeder for all the animals I've ever had. Gonna be honest with you, not great with bees yet. I'm hoping to enhance my information. But I understand a lot of genetics. For being as dumb as I am, I actually understand a lot of that stuff. And I also understand market and market values. So what ends up happening is guys see a niche in the market and they fill it. That's going to happen. So here's the deal. Oh my God, all the bees are dying. Do your research, guys. There has never been more beehives bred than in the last 2 years in the entire aspect of beekeeping. Now, is a whole bunch of beehives dying? Yep, totally. I agree. Want to know why? One. There we go. One. If you breed livestock that is crap, guess what? It doesn't survive because it should not have been bred. But if you have someone who's going to pay big money for garbage, only the most precious and beautiful of us will not do it. Let's be honest, humans are unscrupulous. 2, if you have a glut, sorry, not a glut, it's the opposite of glut, a huge amount of breeding stock out there and available for the general public, you need to sell that. Who are you going to sell it to? Anyone. You're going to sell it to any idiot. You're going to sell... I've been fascinated by hive insect animals for a large portion of my life. I'm going to be honest, I put in an orchard just so I could get my wife on board with me having bees because I found them so fascinating. And in all honesty, guys, if you just want something to watch, oh my God, go out and get yourself a set of bees. You don't have to get any of the equipment to harvest the honey. My rough guess across all of North America, to get totally set up for one hive, buying in a nuke, let's say $500. And that's to be able to winterize it and everything, maybe with a veil just so you can kind of work on it. Do it. Feel free to do it. I think it's great because you're not going to hurt the environment by having more bees. But if you have this livestock, good or bad, if you hand over the best livestock, the best genetics, the best situation to an idiot, guess what's going to happen to it? It's going to die. So that's a really good reason as to why you have these reports of massive, massive bee deaths. Now, to make my favorite leftists happy, there is reasons for human-caused bee death. They are not what you think. Roundup is not in my top 10. To be honest with you, many of the other things that affect bees, for instance, baby powder, talc powder, which anyone who's sitting there going, what, I don't spray talc powder in the air. You don't, but farmers do. Large, what do you call that? Commercial farms. We use fine grain. Seed slick is one of the. It's a powdered graphite, talc powder. These are things that actually affect insects. because what happens is if you know anything about insect anatomy, it closes over different parts of their body, screws them up. I can't really get into it because I don't have the editing software. I can't show you different parts of the insect body, but basically what it comes down to is a lot of insects don't breathe and don't process contaminants in the air the same way we do. It hits their body a lot different. It's the same reason why when we do mass grain storage, we put diatomaceous earth on the first row of dumping corn. If you look into the history of diatomaceous earth, that's basically the skeletons of the diatoms, ancient sea creature. Don't breathe it in. It'll mess you up, something horrible. But this is actually, guys, like a 2-hour video, but I'm trying to get it through, and just because this comment kind of spurred it on. But anyways, guys, don't just all of a sudden fire out to the narrative. Do a little bit of research yourself. In fact, if I'm not wrong, if you do some of your own research, there's massive bee deaths. What was it, 6-7 years ago, where a lot of it came from was actually from only one bee farm here in my home province of Ontario, Canada. But twist your numbers around, you can fill the narrative in as best as you want. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for watching. Remember, get prepped, get prepared, and if you can't prepare for yourself, prepare for someone else. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.